Hi, I'm Terry Naturally,
And I'm Dr. Lynn Wagner.
and I have over 50 years of experience and knowledge in health and nutrition.
And I'm a medical doctor with a passion for holistic health. We come together to offer you unique viewpoints and expertise as health advocates around topics that deal with today's health concerns.
And always for your good health. So let's get into today's topic.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you too.
How are you?
I am excellent, fantastic. I
good.
feel great, and you look great.
Thank
so you must feel fantastic
I feel
too.
well, yes.
Yes,
Always
that's
working
what it's all
on it.
about, right?
Always working on it.
Trying to feel well,
Yep.
trying to feel better, getting better every day,
A
every step. Yep.
never-ending process.
Always is. Yes. It's hard to take a break when you're trying to be healthy.
It is. It is.
It's okay to slip once in a while. It's okay to have a little bit of a treat or dessert sometimes, but America lives on desserts.
Oh, I know. I just came back from the holiday, and you definitely slip a little bit over the holidays, and man, can you tell the difference?
Oh yeah, yep. It whacks you alongside the head.
Yeah, it does. It does. So
Yeah.
I like the well lifestyle.
Hey, what's your favorite topic today?
I think that I'd like to talk about grapeseed extract.
Okay.
So, because I feel like I don't know enough about this. I'm not well versed in this, so I want to kind of pick your brain about it.
Okay, grapeseed extract goes back quite a few years. It was first promoted and developed and researched in the early 1990s. And it was a phenomenal supplement for those that wanted to improve their heart function, cardiovascular. So it protects the veins, the arteries. So it reduces any vascular disorder like varicose veins, poor circulation, edema of the ankles or the calves, where a lot of the circulation pools at the bottom of the legs. The fluid does not come back to the heart as easily, doesn't flow as easily, doesn't have good circulation, but it strengthens the arteries and the veins and also the capillaries.
So it's actually the walls of these vessels. It's like a structural strengthener.
Well, what it strengthens, but it also prevents contraction of the arteries, so you don't have high blood pressure.
Okay, so good for high blood pressure.
Excellent for
Obviously
high blood pressure.
for heart
Some really
disease
good
too.
studies on it for high blood pressure. It also reduces the plaque in the arteries. There was a really good study done with half the patients were taking grapeseed extract.
Mm-hmm.
The other half was taking a placebo. At the end of a year, now a year seems like a long time, but it takes a long time to have the plaque in the arteries as well. I mean, decades in some cases.
Right.
So if
they even find it in babies.
Oh yeah, but
If
even if it just took a year to get it out, what they found in the study was with the grapeseed extract, it reduces the plaque in 1 year by 35%. Now the placebo group added 9% more plaque in that same period of time. So it actually opens up the arteries for more blood flow, more oxygen flow. Excellent for the heart. It's a perfect combination would be with magnesium, CoQ10, some of the other ones that are supportive of the heart as well. But it's a very, very important. In the 1990s, I was saying it was so significant that everybody was using it.
So how did they find? Do you know how they found it? What made them decide to? Because it comes from the grapes or the seeds of red grapes, correct?
Yes. You can't use white grapes. Actually, it comes from the white grapes.
Oh,
the Chardonnay.
Got it.
The Chardonnay, because in the red you use everything. You use seed, skin, everything.
Okay.
That's why it's red.
Right.
The white, they throw the skins away. And you know what scientists are always like, why are we throwing this away? What's in there? So they started examining it, what's in it. And what's in it are compounds called oligomeric or proanthocyanidins.
Okay, I wasn't going to try to pronounce that, but
so that's why they say OPC, because it's an abbreviation of that.
Okay.
So OPC
stands for that long name that you just said.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So they found out what it's for, and it was so popular in the 1990s, but unfortunately inexpensive at the time too, like other good curcumin products or boswellia that are expensive.
Right.
But the Chinese got into it, and the Chinese were selling very, very low quality grapeseed extract. So what they were doing was they were selling very large molecular particles of grapeseed extract. These oligomeric, it is hard to say, oligomeric proanthocyanidins, these are molecules, But there are very large molecules within that compound and very small particles. Now, the small particles we can absorb. They get in the bloodstream. They circulate throughout the body. The large particles are called condensed tannins. They can't
okay.
be absorbed.
Right. So they
That's
stay in the gut and then get excreted.
And excreted. But the tannins are used for tanning leather. Tannins are in really dry wine. That's why it's dry, because of the tannins. They're astringents. They're in black tea. High in black tea, not in green tea. Green tea is much more milder. They have a higher concentration of polyphenols, where the black tea has a lot of tannins.
Right.
So that's why they add milk. That's why they add sugar.
Sure.
To reduce the tannin effect.
Right.
In fact, sometimes the milk will attach to the tannins, and you don't have that astringent taste. You don't absorb them any better, but you don't have the astringent taste.
So I'm assuming then they did studies and they didn't see the beneficial results from the Chinese form of the...
Well, if you look, OPCs are OPCs, whether they're small or large.
Okay.
So you can sell the large ones, and nobody knows what is large or small. It just says grapeseed extract or OPCs, and you don't know if you got the large ones or the small ones.
Got it.
So how can the price be so low? Because you're getting all the large ones that have no absorption quality whatsoever. Okay. So it doesn't do you any value.
Right.
They have no molecular value. They have no biological value. You can't absorb them. But they're cheap because they tan leather. They would throw them away.
Right.
So they include them, and they're not telling you that.
Right.
Then came along adulteration of grapeseed extract. The red skin of peanuts, those little Spanish peanuts with the red skin on.
Yep.
The red skin contains a little bit of OPCs, and they have that same dark color. So they started spiking and adulterating grapeseed extract with peanut skins. And out of about 25 commercial products on the market, that a company decided to look at how bad they were adulterated.
Right.
6 or 7 out of the 25 had nothing in, absolutely no grapeseed extract at all. About 9 of them had a lot of red skin peanut extract. So there are very few quality products on the market.
So to go to a store and just randomly choose one of these products, there's a good chance you're going to get one that doesn't actually have the good quality product.
Well, you're rolling your dice for sure.
Okay.
You don't know what you're going to get.
So why haven't pharmaceutical companies or the medical field embraced this and used it as part of their treatment plans for patients with heart disease, high blood pressure, blood vessel problems?
Well, number one, they want to make money.
Right.
And you can't patent grapeseed extract.
Okay.
Any natural product cannot be patentable. So they can't patent it. In order for them to patent something, they have to be able to change the molecular structure to some degree so it's different, new, so it's synthesized, and then they can put some kind of patent on that, but it won't have the same value.
So if I were a cardiologist, or if I do what I do, where I see integrative medicine patients, and I have a patient who has a vascular problem or pathology or heart disease or high blood pressure, how would I instruct them to buy OPC? What would I tell them to look for on the label?
It's a tough choice.
Okay.
I mean, I can't even tell.
Okay.
If I walk down the shelf,
you can't even tell?
I can't even tell the difference.
So you have to just choose a good quality brand.
You have to take it into the laboratory, analyze it.
Okay.
That's the only way you can tell. That's why customers or consumers should be shopping at a trusted brand.
Right.
Something they know, something that has a good reputation, someone that has high quality products. If you buy very low quality, some people take advantage of this too, because there's a national catalog that sells supplements in the United States by mail.
Right.
And right on right on the cover, they had grapeseed, 100 capsules, $1.69.
Oh my gosh.
Now, people don't know grapeseed or grapeseed extract or the OPCs.
Right.
That is just taking advantage of sales.
It is. And it's really hard, because I have patients who come in and they usually bring a little garbage bag full of all their bottles that they've purchased over the years, whether it was from an advertisement or in a store. And I spend a good amount of our first appointment sifting through them and throwing half of the stuff away because it's just worthless.
Right.
I'm like, you may as well just eat some air.
Yeah.
Because it's not doing anything for you.
You can't really tell too easily.
But it's hard, because how do they know?
It's very, very hard.
Yeah.
Mostly just picked by brand.
Right.
There are some good national brands.
I agree.
And pick those trusted brands.
Yep.
That's the best choice you can do.
I completely agree.
Yeah. But make sure that there's science behind it too.
And how often would you take it? So like if I have a husband and I'm wanting to protect his heart vessels, is that something you take once a day? Is it something you take twice a day? Could you do it just 3 times a week?
Depends on the degree of cardiovascular conditions.
Okay, so it's preventative.
150 milligrams.
Okay.
High blood pressure, 300 milligrams once or twice a day.
Got it.
And if somebody who has cancer, tumors, 600 to 1,200 milligrams.
Quite
daily.
a bit.
There's a really good study that I ran across that was done at the City of Hope Hospital in Los Angeles. They took 2 brands of grapeseed extract off the shelf, just randomly bought grapeseed extract. They gave it to animals that had tumors. The tumors were grafted. They were human tumors, but they were grafted to the animals. They found that 50 milligrams of this randomly purchased grapeseed reduced in 14 days about 8% of the tumors.
When the animal took it orally?
They feed it by water.
Okay.
They put it in the water, and they know how much calculated, how much they drank, and the test goes on an animal study.
Sure.
You can't do animals or human studies with cancer.
Right.
So they have to use animals, but that gives you a tremendously good indication of what's happening.
Right.
So then they doubled the dosage from 50 milligrams on the first dose to 100 milligrams, and now they were able to reduce the size of the tumors by 13%. Then they took a really high quality OPC that had no tannins. All these large molecular particles were filtered out. And so you had only the very, very smallest molecules that can be 100% absorbed. They found that 50 milligrams could reduce the size of the tumors of those animals by about 40%. 40% versus 8 and 13. Then they gave the animals 100 milligram dosage, and it was able to reduce the tumor size by 65%. It has a tremendous benefit.
Very powerful.
And this was colon cancer.
So this sounds like a product, like let's say again, you have a patient who has heart disease, high blood pressure, a vascular path. I would anticipate that I would have them take this along with maybe, you said magnesium, I agree with that, some form of an omega-3.
Yep.
And I know we're not going to talk about this today, but something like a CoQ10 of some type. So I feel like this would be a good product that would be a part of a nice little cocktail that would be really, really good for someone to protect their heart health. And I would also say, as someone who's been in the emergency room and I've dealt with these patients at the very end of that path where they're just clotted and not clotted, they're clogged and their vessels are all hardened and they've got just horrific edema, probably something better to start earlier than later, even if you don't have the problem. If you're someone in your 40s and 50s, and not saying it's not good for someone that is towards that end stage, but I would think it's going to work even better for someone who's more in that preventative stage.
All right, yes.
And I know you're going to agree with me on this one, that none of this will replace a healthy diet or a healthy lifestyle.
Absolutely nothing.
So I know you and I both try to portray that as much as possible.
Right.
Not a perfect lifestyle, but as healthy as possible. And I look at all these things as not icing on the cake, but they're adjuncts to that healthy lifestyle to just bring it up to that next level.
Yeah.
So
the American diet is a primary inflammation diet.
Primary inflammation.
It causes inflammation, pro-inflammatory.
Yes. Toxic.
Vegetable oils or seed oils are all high in omega-6, way in excess of what we need.
Sugar.
Causes inflammation. Sugar. Carbohydrates that convert to sugar. Starch that converts to sugar. We get way, way, way too much sugar, which are all pro-inflammatory.
Right.
So we should be eating an anti-inflammatory diet that would help reduce drugs and even supplements. I mean, we don't need as much then because we're not causing inflammation on a daily basis. We're trying to reduce inflammation on a daily basis, and the supplements will help. But even when you see somebody, you see elderly people when their forearms are all black and blue.
Right.
That's because all the capillaries are breaking on the surface of the skin.
Yes.
People say, I've got a floater in my eye. That's actually blood.
Right.
It just seeps out of the capillaries in the eye. A good indication you have very weak capillaries, very weak veins. So OPCs strengthen the arteries, and provides more flexibility and more, the contraction. They're not stiff. The flexibility comes back, the elasticity comes back. Yep.
So I was going to say, too, the other thing, too, would make sense that this product, obviously blood vessels are important, but blood vessels feed other parts of the body, so the brain,
Oh, absolutely.
Blood flow to the brain is obviously really important. Blood
What do
flow
we
to
have
your
with a stroke?
glands is really important.
What happens with a stroke,
Right. So, I mean, it's not just blood vessels. It's going to affect literally every end organ in
It's
the
the
body
plumbing
as well.
of the house.
Right.
It delivers all the fluid to every part of the body.
Sign me up, Terry.
All right.
Awesome.
I think you got a good heart.
You can always get better.
Yep, we all do.
Awesome. Well, so good to see you. It was
It's good
fun.
to see you again. Absolutely.
Looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, I too. See you soon.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, thank you.